I feel that what's the biggest problem that the youth face today? It's that choice, that paradox of choice, that we have such unlimited choices. अनि एक स्टेप यहाँ पनि लिन डर लाग्छ, एक स्टेप यहाँ पनि लिन डर लाग्छ, बिकज बाटो हजारवटा भए, 100वटा भए, कुन करियर लिने, के पढ्ने, कुन देशमा जाने, के गर्ने, अनि एक स्टेप लिन पनि डर लाग्छ, बिकज what if it's not the right one? What if there are better options out there? Right. So you're so scared and you keep standing there and you feel stagnant. And I feel that is what a lot of us go through. But the fact that you are already taking a few steps when in your areas of interest is already something. नेपालको पहिचान अगाडि लिएर जान एकदमै रमाइलो पनि लागेको थियो, राम्रै पनि गरे जस्तो लाग्छ. अनि यो सबै चिजलाई कम्बाइन गरिराख्दाखेरि चाहिँ के निस्किन्छ त यसबाट? Should we do a clothing line? के गर्ने भनिराख्दाखेरि one of my mentors suggested, actually a few of them were like के गर्ने भनेर मलाई हेल्प गर्ने क्रममा, have you ever thought of doing something with Gutpak and Pustakari? Was a question that came about, I think, early January 2020 ma. And I said, yeah, sure, no, because I had never actually had Gutpak Pustakari, and that is saying something for a Newar born and brought up in Kathmandu. Though May Miss Nepal, May 2019 ma Miss Nepal pageant sakeपछि, that whole month of preparation, in fact the 6-week preparation leading to Miss Nepal 2019 as well, it was amazing because these questions, situations that I was in, I got a lot of clarity in what my true values were, what I liked, what am I good at, what am I not great at, मेरो खोबिलिटी के हो, मलाई के गर्न मन पर्छ. So त्यो कुराहरुले गरेर चाहिँ I am eternally grateful. I am very very grateful कि त्यो सिचुएसनले चाहिँ मलाई यो क्वेशन्स जुन चाहिँ सायद इजिली आन्सर आएको थियो अनि मलाई के मन पर्छ भन्नेको आन्सर चाहिँ, and the answer that I have come down to up until now, because it is not sort of set in stone कि ल यही नै हो लाइफको पर्पस भनेर, it is capacity building, capability development, building people that helps me build people.
And looking from your journey to being public face to now being an entrepreneurial face, like KG difference, what did you get as a difference
between pageants and what I am doing right now?
Yes.
Probably lesser gowns. That is because I still do wear heels. My feet have kind of morphed into it, and I do perform better. Jasto लाग्छ मलाई काम पनि एकदम.
के भयो? लौ ननी, मेरो त फोनै हराएछ.
हेलो,
के तपाईले अहिले कुरा गरिरहेको फोन त मेरो हो नि?
त्यस्तो महँगो फोन पनि खसाउँदै हुनुहुन्छ?
कहाँ हुनुहुन्छ तपाई अहिले?
म अहिले यहाँ भ्रिकुटी मण्डपको गेटमा ठ्याक्कै बसिरहेको छु है. त्यहाँ लिन आउनुस् है.
ल.
हेलो,
म त यहाँ भिडकुटी मण्डपको आइपुगे त. तपाई कहाँ हो खै?
गंगालाल हस्पिटलको गेटमा छु. त्यहाँ आउनु पाइन म.
कहाँबाट गंगालाल हस्पिटल फेरि? तेरी
1 मिनेटमा है, तुरुन्तै.
फेरि गंगालाल हस्पिटलको गेट
हेलो,
ल म यहाँ गंगालाल हस्पिटलको गेटमा छु. तपाई कहाँ हुनुहुन्छ?
म त यहाँ अहिले बनेपा आइपुगेँ हैन.
बनेपा?
फोनले बनेपा आउनुस् है.
हैन, के तालको मान्छे हो तपाई?
ल तुरुन्तै 1 मिनेटमा.
लौ न, तुरुन्तै नजिकैको दूरसञ्चार कार्यालयमा गएर मोबाइल सेवा बन्द गर्नु पर्यो, नत्र दुरुपयोग गर्ला है भन्दिया छु मैले.
सम्बन्धित दूरसञ्चार सेवा प्रदायकको कार्यालयमा गई सिम बन्द गरौँ र आफ्नो नाममा भएको सिमको दुरुपयोग हुन नदेऊ.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Monday Blues with Subhash, sponsored by Nepal Telecommunication Authority and powered by Coffee Baby. As I'm speechless because obviously म as एकजना यस्तो strong, एकदम fierce but एकदम amazing मान्छेसँग बसेको छु. And आजको लोकेसन is at Panipokhari, obviously. And Panipokhari भन्ने बित्तिकै what do you get reminded of? Khani Paniको office. But not like that. Here I'm at Makuseko office, and you already know Makuse भनेपछि कसको हो भनेर. So without any further ado, let me welcome my guest, the most amazing, the most beautiful, and the most gorgeous Anushka Shrestha. Hi Anushka.
Hello, thank you so much. Such a generous introduction.
You're welcome. Okay, so let's just start off. I'll be we'll be working out on point-to-point basis. Okay, so मलाई पहिलो कुरा चाहिँ please tell me, like, I have read about your entrepreneurial journey of Makuse and everything, right? But like, how did this eventually, pop up?
I think it didn't sort of pop up भन्दा पनि यो कोलेट चाहिँ एकदमै फिक्स एक मोमेन्टमा भयो जस्तो लाग्छ. If we had to go about a timeline, after having returned from representing Nepal at Miss World in December 2019 actually, we were thinking, अब के गर्ने त भनेर. We were more myself, right? I was thinking, what's next भनेर कि all that जुन चाहिँ तताएको थियो भनौँ न होइन कि नेपाल भनेर did it just end on that date at that stage भनेर. Of course not, I wanted to continue it. अनि त्यो गर्ने medium खोजिराख्दाखेरि चाहिँ I always say that there were sort of fragmented pieces around. धेरै मान्छेलाई पहिले थाहा हुन्छ के गर्न मन छ, आफ्नो प्यासन के हो भनेर. कसैलाई एकदमै I want to help people, so doctor बन्न मन छ, I like constructing, so maybe I have an engineering mind भन्ने होला, I'm a creative person. I really had no fixed idea of what I wanted to do. What am I good at? So त्यो question बन्दै जाँदाखेरि चाहिँ त्यति बेला आउन्जेलसम्म I'd figured out a few things about myself and my interests, that I was probably good at resource management and project management. नेपालको पहिचान अगाडि लिएर जान एकदमै रमाइलो पनि लागेको थियो, राम्रै पनि गरे जस्तो लाग्छ. अनि यो सबै चिजलाई कम्बाइन गरिराख्दाखेरि चाहिँ के निस्किन्छ त यसबाट, should we do a clothing line, के गर्ने भनिराख्दाखेरि one of my mentors suggested, actually a few of them were like के गर्ने भनेर मलाई हेल्प गर्ने क्रममा, have you ever thought of doing something with Gutpak and Pustakari, was a question that came about, I think, early January 2020 ma. And I said, yeah, sure, no, because I had never actually had Gutpak Pustakari, and that is saying something for a Newar born and brought up in Kathmandu.
Exactly.
And when I had it for the first time, and he said, you should think about it. If you want to do it, you lead it. हामी सबैजना will help you, will back you up, but you also put the money in and you lead the show lah भनेर भन्नु भएपछि. And when I had my first Gutpak, I think that is, if I had to put a pin on it, that is when it sort of popped up, that I was sitting in a Vietnamese restaurant and I had bought some Gutpak from the local pasal and I started eating it, and my mind just blew. I was like, my god, I can't believe मैले आजसम्म यो खाएको छुइनँ. I can't believe यो अहिलेसम्म एउटा big thing होइन, यो यस्तो खतरा चिज रहेछ. हाम्रो त नाकको मुनि, just right under your nose, this brilliant idea is there, so got to do something with it. But what is that something? Then followed almost 10-11 months of research, that what do you do with it? Do you open up a restaurant? What brand do you build around this idea of Nepali dessert? Do we want to go luxury? What do we do? And it sort of grew organically from there. So I don't have like a very short story that this is where it started.
It's completely all right. Because everyone is fond of Makuse's products. And even I am one of them.
Thank you.
And even my family is actually.
Yay.
Like, whenever my mom's like, she craves for, all this sweet stuff. And she's like, okay, I want Makuse. And I was like, okay, now do you want me to go and get it for you? It's like,
no,
I tell her that, okay, you get it online, because I think all I know is that it delivers online and everything.
We have a few pop-up stores.
Yeah, and I recently told her that, okay, you don't have to go travel all the way to Lalitpur, because it's in Darbarmarg as well. And she's like, oh, okay, get it for me sometimes. And she loves it. And obviously, thank you so much for that creation. And also, let me talk a bit about your Miss Nepal journey and the Miss World journey, right? मैले चाहिँ सेकेन्ड सिजनमा चाहिँ मालविका दिदीसँग गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ उहाँले चाहिँ के भन्छ थियो भने चाहिँ द्याट्स जस्ट अ पार्ट अफ माई जर्नी, द्याट्स जस्ट अ पार्ट अफ माई लाइफ भन्छ होइन. बट कमिङ फ्रम यु and obviously a local, born and brought up in Kathmandu and later studied in Australia, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, and with all this diverse backgrounds, what did you feel about your journey at Miss Nepal or at Miss World? Because Miss World, it's like there are so many people coming from so many other countries, right?
120.
So, exactly. And like, what was it like?
For me, the local, the national pageant, चाहिँ आफैमा pageant part त भइ नै हाल्यो, but the background work that it entailed, I think it was the best things that has happened to me, one of the best things, because as I mentioned earlier, I wasn't very sure of what I am, what do I like to do. त्यति धेरै clarity थिएन, and some people are like fine with it, okay, I'll do whatever comes my way भनेर.
यो कुरा भनौँ मैले बिचमा राखिहालेँ नि. I also fall in one of them.
हो है, अनि हामीलाई त्यो थाहा नै हुँदैन. अनि फेरि कति मान्छे भने नि आर ओके विथ सोर्ट अफ गोइङ विथ द फ्लो आफू त्यस्तो मान्छे पनि होइन आई निड द्याट क्ल्यारिटी एन्ड आई निड द्याट क्लोजर बट आई डोन्ट ह्याभ इट येट आई ग्रेजुएटेड विथ एन अकाउन्टिङ मेजर आई वर्क एट अ ब्याङ्क एन्ड एभ्री टाइम आई वाज लाइक दिस इज नट इट तर के भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ थाहा छैन सो त्यो हुँदै गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ द मेमा Miss Nepal, May 2019 ma Miss Nepal pageant sakeपछि that whole month of preparation, in fact the 6-week preparation leading to Miss Nepal 2019 as well, it was amazing because these questions, vanamki situations that I was in, I got a lot of clarity in what my true values were, what I liked, what am I good at, what am I not great at, मेरो खुबिलिटी के हो, मलाई के गर्न मन पर्छ. So त्यो कुराहरुले गरेर चाहिँ I am eternally grateful. I am very very grateful कि त्यो सिचुएसनले चाहिँ मलाई यो क्वेसन्स जुन चाहिँ सायद इजिली आन्सर आएको थियो भने मलाई के मनपर्छ भन्नेको आन्सर चाहिँ एन्ड द आन्सर द्याट आई हेभ कम डाउन टु अप अन्टिल नाउ बिकज इट इज नट सोर्ट अफ सेट इन स्टोन कि ल यही नै हो लाइफको पर्पस भनेर इट इज क्यापेसिटी बिल्डिङ capability development, building people that helps me build people. And be it Makuse or the job that I currently do or Sindhupalchokma jun हामी काम गर्ने गर्छौं त्यो सबै चाहिँ it is very much related to that of capacity building, capability building.
Right.
सर एकचोटि यहाँ आउनु न.
तपाईँ यता आउनुहोस्, हामी यहाँ काम गर्दैछौँ.
अर्को सर यहाँ आउनु न.
ए भाइ काम गर काम.
कस्तो मान्छे नमान्ने यार भनेको. ए मदन बहादुर नाउ यता नाउ भने यता नाउ.
किन नाउ?
यता नाउ न भने. अरे नाउनु भने हत्ते कस्तो
तिम्रो भने चाहिँ किन नाउनु?
नाउ भने के कस्तो तिमी ए भन्यो कुरा
ले
उता जानु हुँदैन के. ए ल
ले के गरिहाल्यो?
ऊ त्यो टावर छ नि त्यहाँ विकिरण भन्ने हुन्छ अरे होइन, त्यसले मान्छेको स्वास्थ्यलाई नराम्रो असर गर्छ अरे क्या.
कसले भने?
हल्ला सुने.
जनताको स्वास्थ्यमा विकिरणले असर नगरोस् भनेर विश्व स्वास्थ्य संगठनले तोकेको मापदण्ड पूरा गर्दै टावर निर्माण गरेर सञ्चालनमा ल्याएको छ. ढुक्क हुनुहोस् र दूरसञ्चार सेवाको उपभोग गर्नुहोस्.
हो नि, संसारमा सबै देशहरूमा यस्ता टावरहरू हुन्छन्, त्यहाँ पनि मोबाइल इन्टरनेट त्यहाँ पनि चल्छ. हाम्रो देशमा पनि त्यस्तै त हो नि.
हट्यो यो टावरको विषयमा जुन मलाई एउटा भरम थियो नि, आजदेखि त्यो भरम हट्यो.
अबदेखि हल्लाको पछि कहिले नलाग्नु.
लाग्दैन तिम्रै पछाडि लाग्छ है.
And looking from your journey to being public face to now being an entrepreneurial face, like KG difference, what did you get as a difference
between pageants and what I am doing right now?
Yes.
Probably lesser gowns. That is because I still do wear heels. My feet have kind of morphed into it, and I do perform better. Jasto लाग्छ मलाई काम पनि एकदम heels लाएर काम गर्दाखेरि.
I was wondering, like, I mean, your heels and everything, because what I think is that अहिलेको जमानामा I was talking to my team also पनि when I was waiting for you. अहिलेको जमानामा people cannot work in the old traditional way, हैन. And अहिले, since as I was saying that you come from a diverse background, you have been accounting major and you have been in Australia as well, right? Looking from there, pani काम भनेको अलिकति you should understand your staffs, the staff should understand you as well, like two-way communication.
For sure.
Right. अनि मेरो पनि काम गर्ने तरिका त्यस्तै नै छ के अफिसमा चाहिँ, especially when I'm working with my team. So त्यही भएर चाहिँ लाइक हुन्छ नि कति कुराहरू चाहिँ कनेक्टेड, लाइक इट्स connecting the dots.
एकदम. So yeah, the similarities, the difference I think majorly because schedules continue to remain as hectic because pageant ma pani you sort of wear different hats. There is the project hat where you go out in the community and then you work on the field, and then there is this sort of external beauty bhanam ki there's this external side as well. So you're going to get your facial done, you're getting your hair, your makeup, your nails done. There's the dress up part, there's the events and the socialization part. So a little bit in business too that happens, and more than anything mala similarities cha body लाग्छ pageant journey र entrepreneurship र कामको journey मा भनौँ न, because के गर्छौं हामी pageantमा पनि यता पनि, or in fact anywhere in life, is you have a goal that you set up for yourself, and then you see what resources do I have to get this goal done. Say if at that time the goal was great representation at Miss World and my resources were okay, I've got to accept that this is my height and this is how I look and this is what my strengths are and this is what my areas of improvement are. I have this much money that I have raised and I have this much these many people that can help me. I have this much time to get this done. So you have these resources and you've got a goal and you're basically managing resources. It's like त्यो orchestra-को अगाडि एउटा लसिलेर यस्तो गरिराखेको मान्छे जस्तो हो नि त हैन. You're making things happen. So businessमा पनि काममा पनि त्यस्तै नै जस्तो लाग्छ that you have a goal or you have a problem to solve or you have a target to achieve, then त्यही अनुसारको टिम बनाउनु पर्यो, त्यही अनुसारको काम निकाल्न जान्नु पर्यो, problem solve गर्दै जानु पर्यो. So I find more similarities than differences between pageants.
Exactly. Because I'm more of a private person, honestly. I'm more of a private person in a sense that, yeah, I do hang out with my friends and everything, but not that much. I like being in my space, my zone at times. But then, like when I come to looking at the camera, talking to people, I feel like this is my therapy. This is kind of my therapy because if I don't get any, I was saying to you off air mapani that okay, I'm okay, I was telling you that, right? For me, my work is my therapy, and when I work even better. And now that I'm also, I cannot say completely a public face, but still.
You're in the media.
Right. For sure. Yeah, I'm in the part of the media as well. So it is like, yeah, it is fun at times, and it is sad at times when अहिलेको जेनेरेसनमा there's been a lot of things that's happening and people are scared पनि नि त. So मैले अहिले ठ्याक्कै पोइन्ट चाहिँ मैले गरिहालेँ. Now you're a young entrepreneur, right? And especially a female. No discrimination, no nothing. Disclaimer to my viewers. कि अहिले जुन यो अहिले वुमेन्सहरूमाथि जुन भइरहेछ अहिले रिसेन्ट केसेसहरू पनि I know you may know about it होला हैन. Where are we going?
When we look at the situation of women in the community, अब के पनि भन्न चाहन्छु भने म काठमाडौँमा जन्मेको हुर्केको नेवार परे हैन. So I had a relatively very privileged kind of an upbringing. I'd like to think that मेरो फेरि फ्यामिलीमा पनि हामी दिदी बहिनी दुईजना भइसकेपछि चाहिँ त्यति साह्रो it was relatively त्यति धेरै कुराहरू थाहै नपाइकन हुर्किने मौका पाइयो. सो मैले देख्ने समस्याहरू मैले भोग्ने समस्याहरूले सायद एकदमै एन्क्याप्सुलेट पनि नगर्ला वाट इज ह्यापनिङ भनेर. तर सबै चिज देख्दाखेरि चाहिँ वेयर आर वी हेडेड भन्दाखेरि वान थिङ इज भेरी क्लियर द्याट इट इज इन द माइन्ड सेट. यो जुन चाहिँ समस्याहरू छन् नि यो ठाउँमा हामीले जुन चाहिँ अर्बन रुरल प्लेस वेन एभर यु थिङ्क अफ से डोमेस्टिक भायोलेन्स अर अब्युज त्यो कुरा हामी सोच्दाखेरि यु इमेजिन इट इन अ भेरी एकदमै रुरल सेटिङमा गाउँघरमा हुने एकदमै ल्याक अफ एजुकेसनबाट आउने सायद पुरुषहरूले होला होइन त्यो चाहिँ महिलामाथि गर्ने अत्याचार होइन. यहाँनिर यो स्पेसली काठमाडौँ र अर्बन एरियाजमा चाहिँ मलाई के लाग्छ भने एकदमै भेल्ड हिपोक्रिटिकल अब्युज चाहिँ हुन्छ. फिजिकल emotional, mental abuse चाहिँ हुन्छ. Because if someone is say a misogynist and they're like होइन छोरी मान्छे भनेर यस्तो गर्नुपर्छ उस्तो, you can at least identify them कि okay यो मान्छे उहाँले चाहिँ यस्तो सोच्नु हुँदो रहेछ हुन्छ नि. I either choose to not associate or उहाँसँग म एसोसिएट गर्छु गर्दिनँ. यसरी एजुकेट गर्नुपर्छ, अवेर गर्नुपर्छ, सेयर गर्नुपर्छ उहाँलाई किन यस्तो लाग्छ भनेर. Because it's equity that we want, right? Equity भनेको we are built different. Everybody has their different strengths. Different genders have their own biological strengths, होला, and so on and so forth. So जतिपय मलाई डिफिकल्ट चाहिँ के लाग्छ नि where are we headed? Why it is scary is because when you, especially the recent cases, right? People as educated as medical professionals, you see that happening.
Yeah.
People that, I'm not saying this as a whole stereotype, but it is scary when people that advocate for certain things on social media and एउटा image हुन्छ अनि त्यही भएर त्यो veiled खालको woke person के supposedly woke peopleहरूले जब यस्तो कुराहरू हामी गर्छौँ नि that is scary. And I feel like the solution really is stop, reflect and ask yourself. किनभने कतिचोटि हाम्रो unconscious bias पनि हुन्छ हैन. trivial problemsहरू छन्. मैले मिस नेपालमा पार्टिसिपेट गर्दाखेरि ट्यालेन्ट राउन्डमा के गर्ने भनेर एउटा स्पोकन पेन्टिङ खालको पनि गरेको थिएँ कि. एन्ड द्याट स्टेम्ड फ्रम अ ट्रु स्टोरी अफ माई टाइम इन अस्ट्रेलिया वेन आई वाज थिङ्किङ कि म त्यताको रिजनल प्याजेन्टको पनि ट्यालेन्ट राउन्डमा के गरौँ भनेर सोच्दाखेरि चाहिँ ठ्याक्क मेरो साथीको फोन बजेको थियो आई नो आई गोइङ अफ अन लिटल बिट इन अ ट्यान्जेन्ट बट आइल कम ब्याक टु इट के गरौँ भनेर सोच्दा सोच्दै आई ह्याड गटन अ कल फ्रम अ फ्रेन्ड अ नन नेपाली फ्रेन्ड हु ह्याड बिन लिभिङ इन अस्ट्रेलिया फर अबाउट 4 to 5 years at 11:30 at night and she said my husband's beaten me. That's what she said. And I was like, are you safe? You के भइरहेको छ? So यो women empowerment र हुन्छ नि जेन्डर बेस्ड भायोलेन्सको अगेन्स्ट बोलिराख्यो भने हामीलाई कहिलेका के लाग्छ भने भइसक्यो त तिमीहरू योभन्दा बढी कति इम्पावर हुन्छौ प्रेसिडेन्ट भइसक्यो योभन्दा बढी कति चाहियो गुड गड नो there is still a lot of work to be done. Yes, we have come a certain way, होइन एउटा certain pattern, but there is still a lot of work to be done. That's why we continue to speak about it. भनेर चाहिँ I would like to be positive about the future because there's no other way forward. We have to be.
Right.
You look at movies such as Enola Holmes, अस्ति भर्खर I don't know if you've watched it, Sherlock Holmes को बहिनीको बारेमा story छ, and that has like a little bit of a side story of the struggle that women have made for a simple right to be able to vote. So it is those subtle things एउटा ठुलो पास्टबाट हामी यहाँसम्म आइपुगेको छौँ तर अझ पनि जाने धेरै बाटो चाहिँ अगाडि छ त्यसको लागि हामीले आफ्नो अनकन्सियस बायसलाई रेकग्नाइज गर्नुपर्छ आफ्नो कन्सियस बायसलाई रेकग्नाइज गर्नुपर्छ र यो सानो गर्दै जाने स्टेप्सहरूबाट नै अक्युमुलेट भएर बिगर थिङ्स चाहिँ हुँदै जान्छ जस्तो हो We have to stop ourselves every time we think केटा मान्छे भएर अलिकति त रिसाइहाल्छ नि केटी मान्छे भएपछि अलिकति बस त्यतिखेर it has to stop from there.
Right. So it's all about the mindset. The main thing.
It is a lot about the mindset and it is the little things that add up.
Little things, right. Okay, since you talked about series or movies like Ilona Holmes and I'll just ask some questions like how much are you a movie buff like कति movies or any series or any how hooked are you to watching any movies or stuffs?
Fairly, maybe like a 7 out of 10. I do enjoy watching TVs and movies हरू चाहिँ म enjoy गर्छु मलाई मन पर्छ.
I do have a very good movie suggestion for you but I'll tell that off air.
Okay.
And you would really love it. I was mind blown when I watched that movie just last night.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, dude, I mean, this movie is something. And I think you will love it. And I was just talking to my team about, I wish Nepal ma pani yastै केही गर्यो भने amazing हुन्छ because that movie is related about the culture and the people. This खालको movieहरू छ के and I'm more of a Bollywood fan.
Kantara हो कि के हो?
You guessed it right. Yeah, it's Kantara.
It's about the indigenous community.
Yeah. And the culture. You should. You should. I was like blown away. I'm not gonna give you a spoiler, but please if you watch the climax,
mind blown.
Yeah, it's like okay. Coming back, how has Makuse reached towards people? Was it too hard to find a market, find a people that okay, यो मान्छेहरूले चाहिँ मेरो product खान्छ, यो मान्छेले मेरो product खाँदैन? How hard was it?
It was hit and trial, and I think the only way that it could be because we were launching a product that is, if we were opening another fried chicken station or a momo restaurant or I don't know, hospital, school or consultancy, the industry is pretty much set, हैन कि के चाहिन्छ त्यसलाई internally set up गर्नलाई पनि के चाहिन्छ र TG पनि के हो भनेर target group पनि के हो भनेर अलिकति अन्दाजिफिकेसन लगाउन सकिन्थ्यो होला. अब here we were trying to launch something traditionally quite local and present it in a very high end kind of a vibe, but not just high end for the sake of it. We were not packaging the same thing in just a fancy looking dabba and putting it out there. We actually had a story. So यो के हो त यो गिफ्टिङ हो कि मान्छेले कहिले किन्छ कहिले खान्छ भनेर I think it took a good year and a half to one full calendar year गइसकेपछि चाहिँ we recognized कि यो के कस्तो छ भनेर. And we also had to see that will it be accepted or not.
Exactly.
So what we've found at least, and that's why I say that it feels like we've started to take a few steps in the right direction at least, because the biggest compliment I think we've gotten till date about the product in general is that the packaging is great and all of that.
Right.
That's been very kind feedback that has been given. But खाँदाखेरि पनि when people say from my parents' generation say यो त पहिला खाएको जस्तो आयो कति भयो नखाएको
same
भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ So that is like, okay, we did it. किनभने अहिले त्यति धेरै अब कस्ट कटिङ लाग्यो कि के हो एकदम धेरै मिसावट भएर अलि हुन्छ नि हाम्रो सामान हुने यार डिजर्भ्स अ प्रिटी गुड प्लेस भनेर त्यो गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ आई थिङ्क द्याट्स बिन द बिगेस्ट कम्प्लिमेन्ट अल्सो फर पिपल टु टेक अब्रड स्पेसली टु देयर फ्रेन्ड्स एन्ड फ्यामिली कि यहाँबाट पहिला के लाने भन्ने कुरामा मेबी अलि लाखमरी लगिन्थ्यो होला बट इट्स स्टिल द प्याकेजिङ अफ इट इज लाइक एन्ड लाखमरी इज क्वाइट बिग हुन्छ नि होइन हाउ डु यु गिफ्ट इट भन्दाखेरि गिफ्ट गर्ने तरिका सो त्यो कुराहरूले गरेर चाहिँ वी फाउन्ड द्याट टु बी आवर ऑडियन्स रियली
I think you should also maybe give it a try हुन्छ नि like Lakhamari pani because it's my favorite. It's my favorite. Ani like you should give it a try, just a suggestion. Okay, coming from Tokha and making it big up down here so far. Even my mom is from Jhor especially, and she has come a very long way, and you may know about her. I'll tell you of her if you have time. And how does it feel? And like, did you feel like okay you have achieved something that is bigger, or do you still feel like okay I still have to go a long way?
Oh, a long way. Well, I came from Teku actually, and from Teku to Tokha to I don't know where now, but a long way to go. I think it's just started because भर्खर त आफूलाई ओके के मन पर्छ केमा राम्रो छु के गर्न सक्छ भनेर लाग्छ धेरै गर्न बाँकी छ नि
seriously like I'm sitting with a woman, and for me, you know, talking about things like this makes me very blessed, and also be like, okay, there are women, those who are doing pretty great, and I really wish that you get into more heights with Makuse and maybe others, some brands later. And I will always wish you all the best for everything, because like even I'm on my youth phase, and I still haven't figured out what actually I will do in life. But this is my passion, and I will continue doing this even later.
This is already a step ahead, because the good thing I think is you're trialing it to figure out what you like and what you're good at, right? I mean, I feel that what's the biggest problem that the youth face today? It's that choice, that paradox of choice, that we have such unlimited choices. अनि एक स्टेप यहाँ पनि लिन डर लाग्छ एक स्टेप यहाँ पनि लिन डर लाग्छ बिकज बाटो हजारवटा भए 100वटा भए कुन करियर लिने के पढ्ने कुन देशमा जाने के गर्ने अनि एक स्टेप लिन पनि डर लाग्छ बिकज what if it's not the right one, what if there are better options out there, so you're so scared and you keep standing there and you feel stagnant. And I feel that is what a lot of us go through, but the fact that you are already taking a few steps when you know in your areas of interest is already something.
Right. And okay, so we will come to a bit of end. I have just 2 questions and then we wrap it up.
Sure.
Okay, so the first question is that what would you want to tell our viewers?
Is that sorry?
I was like, what do you want to say to our viewers actually?
What do I want to say to our viewers? Well, thank you for watching. तपाईहरु हेरिरहनु भएको मध्ये कुनै पनि लाइफमा कुनै पनि फेजमा गइरहनु भएको छ हुन्छ नि बोर भएर हेरिरहनु भएको छ मोटिभेसन सिक गर्दै हेरिरहनु भएको छ भनेदेखि एउटा चिज जुन चाहिँ रिसेन्ट कन्भर्सेसन्समा आएको सेयर गर्न चाहे कि हामी इन्स्पिरेसनको लागि भिडियोज हेर्लौँ मान्छेहरू भेट्लौँ एन्ड देन वी गेट भेरी मोटिभेटेड एन्ड इन्सपायर्ड बाई देम तर क्षणिक हुन जान्छ मेरो लागि पनि आई हियर समबडी आइ एम सो पम्प्ड अप फर लाइक 3 days
that's everyone's
एकदम किन भन्दाखेरि लाग्छ कि पहिला त हो त यार हो नि त जस्तो हुन्छ त्यसपछि चाहिँ बिस्तारै तर दिस इज देयर स्टोरी ओ आई एम सो उ त बिहान चाँडै उठ्दो रहेछ मसँग द्याट ह्यापन्स अ लट लाइक फिजिकल वर्कआउट म जहिले पनि एउटा रुटिनमा जान्छु भन्छु आई कान्ट देन आई गेट मोटिभेटेड कोही एक्सटर्नल मान्छेबाट मोटिभेट हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ एकछिनको लागि मोटिभेट भइन्छ तर बिस्तारै लाग्छ कि इट इज देयर स्टोरी इट इज योर स्टोरी उहाँ पो चाँडै उठ्न सक्छ उ त खतरा रहेछ यार म त सक्दैन म चाहिँ सक्दैन एन्ड देन द्याट मोटिभेसन डजन्ट लास्ट एटलिस्ट द्याट्स वाट आई फाउन्ड द केस टु बी विथ माइ सेल्फ सो हु इज यर बिगेस्ट इन्सपिरेसन अर यर मोटिभेसन अ लट अफ us say our mother and that's awesome but it's you are your biggest motivation and I don't say it in a cliche way because think of the last time or think of one time when you've done something that you were so sure you couldn't do. तपाईले लाइफमा केही न केही काम यस्तो गर्नुभएको छ जुन चाहिँ तपाईलाई पहिला चाहिँ स्योर थियो कि तपाईँ गर्न सक्नुहुन्न. It could have been that exam that you were so sure you couldn't pass. Maybe it is one thing, maybe it was that person that you asked out that you were so sure you couldn't ask out. तपाईलाई आफैले सक्दिन जस्तो लागेको कुरा केही न केही तपाईले गर्नुभएको छ. And that you is your biggest inspiration. Because if you look back to that time, then you see like, damn, I've done it before and I'll do it again. So if you are looking for that motivation, great, look at people to get that engine sort of started. But a past you that has done something that you were so sure you couldn't do is an example that you can do it. I don't give short answers.
that is wow. Now I've got some motivation in life. Yeah. Okay. The second question is, what message do you have for me?
Ooh. We would perhaps have to chat a lot more to figure out
I know,
what
but
message.
maybe for the video.
Keep on doing what you're doing. It is great that तपाईले जुन चाहिँ अघि पनि भने हैन हो हामीलाई कन्फ्युजन हुन्छ चोइसेस हुन्छ धेरै चोइसेस भएर होला तर it's the reality that we live in an ocean of choices right now. That is our blessing and our curse.
True.
कि हामीसँग यति धेरै options छन् अहिले. So if you were to see this choices as an ocean literally, you can either drown in it or you can build a boat and you can navigate it because यो छन् त के गर्ने नभाबे हुन्थ्यो तर छ. So the steps that you're already taking, you are taking interests. You shared that you are looking at, you have a timeline by which you want to have started your further studies. Those are already steps. So give yourself credit for that. Well done you for taking those steps. So it's a balancing act of हतारिने र नहतारिने. केही कुराहरुलाई चाहिँ हतार्नु पर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ तर कति कुराहरु चाहिँ आफ्नो टाइममै हुँदै जान्छ. So give yourself credit for what you're doing well and have fun in the journey.
Thank you so much. Also मैले चाहिँ अहिलेको सिजनमा चाहिँ के गरिरहेको छु भने चाहिँ I've been telling my guests to like and subscribe so that people will listen to you rather than me. So you can just say to like, share and subscribe to Aasha Times YouTube channel.
Do like, share and subscribe to Aasha Times YouTube channel if you'd like to hear podcasts like these.
And thank you so much once again. You are such a sweet soul and hope to see you very soon again. And I just wish that this conversation wouldn't end because we were talking so much. We were just, it's like getting to know each other. This is just like getting to know each other.
Exactly.
So yeah, thank you so much for your time once again. And if you like this video, give it a like, comment down your thoughts below. I will share the comments with her. And obviously share this video as much as you can. And please do subscribe to Aasha Times YouTube channel. त्यो subscribe को त्यो button छ नि त्यसलाई click गरेर post notifications on गरिदिनु होला. Anyways, thank you so much guys once again. A big namaste from Anushka and me. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Hello. Hey, कृष्ण प्रसाद, तिमी मेरो घरमा त्यो फोन लिएर आऊ त फोन.
भात खाने बेलामा किन बोलाउनु पर्यो होला? भात पुग्दैन फेरि.
भात पुग्दैन भन्ने कुरा गर्छ. जेलको भात खान जानुपर्ने हुन सक्छ अहिले कुरा मिलेन भने. ए कृष्ण प्रसाद, आऊ बस.
किन यस्तो हतार गरेर बोलाछ के भो?
त्यो फोन ल्याउ त.
फोन किन?
आफ्नो नामको सिम अरूलाई प्रयोग गर्न दिनु हुँदैन क्या. एउटाले दुरुपयोग गर्दैछ, छोरालाई प्रहरीले बोलाए. त्यसैले मेरो नामको सिम मैले लिएँ, तिम्रो नामको फोन तिमी लिऊ.
तिम्रो सिम मैले दुरुपयोग गर्छु होला त कहिले?
तिमीले नगर्ला हो, तिम्रो उसले गर्दिला, उसले गर्दिला. टाउकोमा किन बोझ बोक्ने दिमागमा?
ठिक छ,
भान्सा गरेर जानुस् न.
तपाईँ खानुस्.
कटहरको तरकारी पकाएको छु.
तपाईँ खानुस्.
काका त रिसाएर जानुभयो.
काका रिसाएर के भयो त? सिमको दुरुपयोग गर्दै भने अरू रिसाउँछन्.
आफ्नो सिम आफै मात्र प्रयोग गरौँ.